Good morning, SEMO, and welcome back to another episode of Hawks Nest. I'm your host, Maddox Murphy, and joining me are Dylan Nooner and Isaiah Collins. Today, we're going to recap baseball's opening weekend series at Dallas Baptist, softball's series with Maryland, senior night for the Gym Hawks, and tell you what's coming up this week. Stay tuned for a very special Athlete Spotlight of the Week at the end of the video. All of that and more on this episode of Hawks Nest. Baseball kicked off their season this past weekend at Dallas Baptist University. The last time these two teams met, SEMO won the series 2-1, including back-to-back extra inning victories at Horner Ballpark. Dallas Baptist is a really strong program, and they finished the 2023 season ranked number 20th in the nation. Unfortunately, the Red Hawks lost the series and ended the weekend 0-3, but we saw some good things, and we played with them the whole time. In Game 1, 4 Red Hawks made their starting lineup debut in a SEMO uniform: Brooks Kettering, Michael Mugen, Bryce Cannon, and Ian Riley. We started offensively really hot, scoring 4 runs in the first 4 innings. Chance Resitich started the day 3 for 3 with a pair of doubles and a single. Veteran Colin Wilma started on the mound, and SEMO led 5-2 in the 4th until the Patriots stole the game away. Game 2 on Saturday, Chance Resitich and Michael Mugen really set the pace for the offense, going 3 for 3 and 2 for 5. We were tied at the bottom of the 3rd, then went scoreless for the 4th and 5th innings before the Red Hawks broke the tie. And then the Patriots responded with a 4-run 8th inning. So as you can see, all these games were really close. Game 3, we played all the way to the home 11th when the Patriots ended the game with a walk-off RBI single to steal the series finale. So yes, we got swept for this series, but I actually feel really excited after watching the Red Hawks play.
Right, and I feel like they were in every game, right? Very close games. Kind of had control of it for a little bit, but like you said, DBU, really good program. They've kind of been towards the top of college baseball the past couple seasons, so tough first assignment. You know, they go on the road there. You mentioned they did it last year as well. But I think we saw a lot of good things, especially for some of the new guys in the lineup.
Softball has also started their season off with a tough out-of-conference schedule. They competed this past weekend at the Lion Classic in Hammond, Louisiana, had a little bit of a rough showing. They lost the first 3 games, losing to Maryland, Syracuse, and Southeastern Louisiana. However, they were able to avenge their loss to Maryland in the final game of the Invitational, defeating them 9-3 on Sunday. The Red Hawk offense is having a little bit of a cold start to start the season. This offense that was key in them winning the regular season conference title just a season ago. Aubrey Shore, once again, is having a great season. She's the reigning OVC Conference Player of the Year. She's batting .444 to start the season. However, other all-OVC first-team performers from last season, Paige Hallowell and Kat Sackett. Hallowell's only hitting .160 with a .267 on base. Kat Sackett's only hitting .211 with a .250 on base through the early parts of this season. And they're going to need more for them as well as others to really get their footing throughout the season. On the pitching side of things, there has been a bright spot. Patience Holloway is pitching a .283 ERA to start the season with a 2-1 record. She's allowing opponents to hit under 200, 194 on the season, and has 15 strikeouts through just over 17 innings. However, all we see first-team player from last year, Delaney Kell, she's having a rougher start to the season. She has an ERA over 7. Opponents are hitting over 400. Opponents are hitting over 400 on her on the season, and just a rougher go at things for her. Someone that we would probably need to step it up in order for SEMO softball to reach its true potential.
Someone we do need to see step up, and someone I think we will see step up. You mentioned some of the struggling players, but like you said, they were first team All-OVC last year. It's still early. We've had the tough schedule. I think those big-time players for us will step up. They will continue to get back into form. It's only February, right? So I'm not worried about the softball team or any of those key performers. Just have them continue to get those reps and build up for their conference schedule. So taking things outside from the diamond, taking it inside to the field house, The Jimhawks held their senior night meet last Friday. They finished with a 193.5, which was good for second during the meet. But I think more importantly was that senior night. We celebrated 3 seniors and all their accomplishments and everything all the work and everything they put into during their time here at Southeast. And they actually turned out some pretty good performances in their last meet at Howe Fieldhouse. Lydia Webb, she posted an all-around score of 38.6, which was good for third place at the meet, while Taylor Ingold placed second in the all-around with a score of 39.175, which was the highest score of any Red Hawk that performed during the meet. For those of you who may not know or not be as familiar with gymnastics, all-around is whenever a gymnast competes in all 4 events during a meet. So we have the vault, the bars, the balance beam, and the floor. Then we had Anna Speller, who turned in a big performance on the beam. She tied her season high with a score of 9.75, which is good for 6th place in the event. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, our athlete spotlight of the week.
Yeah, so this week we have Michael Mugen from baseball. Mugen is a junior transfer from Monterey Peninsula College in California. And we talked about it a few episodes ago. We knew he was going to be a big performer for the Redhawks this season, and he really followed through in this opening series at Dallas Baptist. So he started all 3 games. He finished with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs in the second game. He's batting .429, and he has a slugging percentage at .929. So really impressive stats so far. He was a big player at his last school. He notched 11 home runs, 50 RBIs, 25 stolen bases, and he batted .400 on the season. So I'm really excited to see what he can do. I spoke to him a couple weeks ago, and he's really excited. He has that confidence. He wants to be that player for the Redhawks. He wants to be the one up to bat on big situations. And so I think we're going to see a lot of good things from him this year.
Yeah, and you said it. We highlighted it a couple weeks ago when we were talking about all the transfers that Coach Sawyers was bringing in. And I don't think it's really a surprise that we're seeing this production, but I think this early on and just the way he's doing it, those 2 home runs in his just second game as a Red Hawk, and then, like you said, it's that slugging percentage up there almost towards 1,000 already, which is just pretty ridiculous in just 3 games, especially against, as we've been talking about, a Dallas Baptist team who's got some pretty good arms.
It's another great week here in SEMO Athletics. Lots of big games coming up towards the weekend. Baseball has their first home series, but also women's basketball has a big matchup against Little Rock, which will be broadcasted on ESPN. Here's what's coming up this week. That's it for us. Make sure to follow us on socials at Southeast Arrow and on Target Sports for all the game updates. I'm Maddox.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Isaiah.
And this is Hawks Nest. Have a great week.